Kojo Lewis invites rivals to share her campaign platform. UTP leader THA negligence caused fatal jet ski accident, and crowning the sustainable next generation. Good evening. I am Nicole Williams-Wilson and you're locked into Tobago Updates Television News for Wednesday, 15th April 2026. Now to our top story. With only 12 days remaining until the People's National Movement Tobago Council internal elections, the race for leadership is shifting from backroom negotiations to public outreach. This follows the party's historic 15-0 loss in the January 12 THA elections. In an unconventional move, leadership contender Shamfa Kojo Lewis is opening her campaign platform to all candidates regardless of their slate or standing. True Green George has this story.
The PNM Tobago Council is moving towards its April 26th internal election with a focus on internal healing. After a crushing defeat that saw the party lose all seats in the assembly, including the Darrell Spring Wim seat formerly held by Minority Leader Kelvon Morris, the movement is searching for unity. Former Sports Minister Shamfa Kojo Lewis says some members feel disconnected from the current crop of nominees.
Interestingly, some of our members stated that they are not familiar with some of the persons who offered themselves for office.
To bridge this gap, Kojo Lewis is inviting rivals and contenders all to share her stage. She acknowledges the move is a departure from traditional political tribalism, where slates usually remain strictly divided.
I know it sounds strange. I know we have never done something like this before, and people ask Shamfa, are you crazy? You're making track for Guti to run. But really and truly, this is a love thing.
The Rebuild in Love mantra comes at a time when the party is also making financial concessions to boost participation. The Tobago Council has officially waived membership dues to ensure all supporters can vote, regardless of their financial status. Kojo Lewis insists this inclusivity must extend to candidate platforms.
When I have my cottage meetings, you are invited to come. Share your plan, share your vision, interact with the audience who are all members of the People's National Movement.
Kojo Lewis began her series of meetings in John Dial yesterday evening, with Mason Hall and Roxborough scheduled next. She maintains these closed-door sessions are safe spaces for the 10,456 voters who remained loyal to the PNM in the last THA poll. The strategy aims to settle generational friction before the party faces the broader electorate again. Whether this open-door policy will be embraced by her direct opponent Kelvon Morris and the other contenders remains to be seen as the countdown to April 26th continues. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
While continues as a result of a fatal jet ski accident, Unity of the People leader Nkosi Phillips claims this disaster was entirely preventable and that the THA ignored the very warnings that could have saved a life. True Green George has these details.
The calm waters of Tobago are now the center of a heated debate over maritime safety. Following the tragic death of a young girl in a fatal jet ski incident, questions are being raised about the lack of or need for more oversight on the island's beaches. Unity of the People political leader Nkosi Phillips is pointing the finger squarely at the current administration. Phillips says the THA failed to implement strict regulations despite repeated calls for reform.
I want to also extend my conversation to the fact that all of this could be avoided if the Tobago House of Assembly, under this THA administration, and led by Chief Secretary Fale Augustine, would have put the proper requirements, policies, and strict measures in place.
Philip reveals that a comprehensive Empower Buku proposal was submitted to the Division of Tourism long before this tragedy. The plan included a 3 to 6 month certification program for jet ski operators and designated zones to keep motorized crafts away from swimmers. According to Phillips, the project was rejected on the grounds that it did not align with tourism goals.
The objective of this program was to promote sustainable practices, encourage eco-friendly practices in business to ensure the growth that doesn't come to the expense of the environment in terms of jet ski damages and stuff. And also, it had the part where we trained the jet ski operators for 3 to 6 months, after which they are certified, licensed, and then we put other restrictions in place and other measures in place for safety and security.
The UTP leader is now demanding an audit of a $50,000 tourism grant competition, questioning who received the funds if safety initiatives were being turned away.
Find out where was that money, where was that $50,000 that was allocated for that project, who won the project, what was the purpose of them winning the project, with what project that they submitted.
As the investigation into the incident continues, the call for responsible tourism has never been louder. Phillips is urging Tourism Secretary Zarisha Hackett to set aside politics and meet to establish immediate safety protocols for all vessels on Tobago's shores. For Tobago Updates Television News, I'm Jewel Green George.
From trash to high fashion, the FACT Foundation's recent showcase proved that sustainability is the new gold standard for Tobago's youth. The event didn't just display recycled designs, it served as the launchpad for a new mentorship initiative featuring some of the island's most decorated beauty queens. Jewel Green George reports on the collective crown legacy and the creative talent that left judges in awe.
The stage at Scarborough Secondary School transformed into a hub of innovation this past weekend. While the FACT Foundation continues its mission of blending arts with mental wellness, a new arm of the organization is ensuring that the experience of Tobago's royalty doesn't go to waste. Renisa Ortiz, Miss Tobago 2024, was among the panel of judges. She says the newly launched Collective Crown Legacy will pair former title holders with aspiring leaders to ensure their influence lasts long after the final walk.
In terms of the atmosphere and the ambience of the entire program, it was one of awe and admiration because you got to see the young people who are part of the cohort for the past months, the knowledge that they gain and how they implemented it into the pieces that they models.
Some of the standout pieces of the evening came from Ariel Henry of Scarborough Secondary, who took the top prize for her paper-based creation. She was followed by Israel Melville of Speyside High in second, and Athena Sidney of Harmon School of SDA in third. The craftsmanship on display pushed the boundaries of traditional design. The students showcased wire-bending techniques by Avion Gordon, sporting intricate backpacks and headpieces. The highlight of the evening was an unconventional materials competition, where 9 designers turned waste into wearable art. Materials like yarn, cardboard, and plastic bottles were reimagined into runway-ready garments. One top entry featured spray-painted plastic bottles shaped into delicate flowers, but it was a construction made entirely of paper that ultimately took the top prize.
There was a creative decision that was made in terms of that, the unconventional material use, and they also had to present a video from a tourism product here in Tobago.
The evening also recognized individual excellence. Leah Bristol and Ayol Gordon were named the most promising models, while Xavier John received the Youth Entrepreneur Award. Janae Melville was honored for rising above adversity, and Thisk Burma was recognized for outstanding commitment to the foundation. By connecting these creative works to Tobago's tourism products, from our waterways to our beaches, the foundation is reinforcing the link between environmental preservation and local identity. For these young designers, the collective crown represents more than a title. It's a commitment to a sustainable future. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates, Television News.
Up next, Sturge soldier assault on TRHA employee, probe ongoing.
Welcome to Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, where innovation meets excellence and service reigns supreme. Our commitment is simple: to provide high-quality, innovative aluminum, vinyl, and glass solutions for both commercial and residential spaces. At DIGICEL, we don't just meet needs, we exceed expectations. Our range includes the finest aluminum cladding options, setting new standards in durability and style. Driven by our passion to elevate, we aim to be the leading supplier in the Caribbean market while retaining our identity as a family-owned business. Because at Tobago Glass Supplies Limited, it's not just about products. It's about relationships, it's about you. Innovation, quality, service. That's Tobago Glass Supplies Limited.
Donc la famille taking long to play the card. I'm all day. I'm all in time so good, but look at it. Yo, what school you went by?
Bayern Bishops, boy.
Bishops?
Yeah, we know the baddest that's come out of Bishops, sir.
The baddest?
But telling her, boy.
We know the baddest. We went night and night, and I is the baddest.
Boy, Bishops is the best, boy.
Yo, what's going on with Tola? Yo, what's going on? It's only one way to settle this.
We'll be live on Youth Voice TV, where I, your host, Multibass, will be hosting the Rep Your School DJ competition, where DJs will go head-to-head in a crazy battle to secure the title. We have cash prizes of $10,000 to come out and win, and a lot of amazing prizes. Guys, what are you waiting for? Let me come out, come and showcase your skills. Come, let me do some juggling.
So, guys, there are two categories for DJs that are out of school up to 35 years. And for the DJs that are currently in school, it must be up to 19 years of age. So, guys, get ready. It's all about Rep Your School. It's all about the DJ competition.
Who will bring the best vibes? Who can control the crowd? And who will earn the bragging rights? You get a chance to be a part and witness the rise of the new DJ generation. So this is Youth Voice, Rep Your School DJ, live on Tobago Updates. Stay tuned.
Youth Voice, Rep Your School DJ competition. Rep Your School.
Baby, when you whine on me. Somebody get the phone, on the telephone. I get wet. I get wet. I get wet. I'm looking all through the party. I hope I find you there.
Trinidad, Tobago, and abroad, your chance to drive away in a brand new SUV is still on. The BHS Centennial Raffle has been extended to Thursday, 30th April 2026. And that's not all. Prizes include travel for two to Miami and Curacao, Tobago staycation, iPhones, computers, smart TVs, and more. Tickets still only $100. Get yours at selected outlets or at islandetickets.com. Details at bishopstobago100.com/raffle.
Thank you for staying with us. The investigations into the alleged assault of a Tobago health worker by the Trinidad and Tobago Defence Force members remains active, but details are thin. Over 2 months since Kevon Lewis was hospitalized following a collision in Crown Point, The Ministry of Defense is facing fresh questions about the slow pace of the probe. Jewel Green George has the story.
2 months have passed since a motor vehicle accident in West Tobago turned into a violent altercation that left Scarborough Hospital employee Kevon Lewis in critical condition. Back in February, witnesses reported that Lewis was savagely beaten by soldiers following a crash involving a military vehicle. Since then, silence has largely defined the official response. That changed briefly yesterday during the 28th sitting of the Senate. Opposition Senator Melanie Rajman pressed the government for a status report on the investigation by asking whether an official investigation has been initiated into the violent incident reported to have occurred in Crown Point, Tobago on or about February 8, 2026, involving Mr. Kevon Lewis and individuals alleged to be members of the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force, and requesting an update if such an investigation exists.
And question number 49 to the Minister of Defense.
Defense Minister Wayne Sturge confirmed the investigation is active but offered little in the way of specifics regarding the soldiers stationed at Camp Signal Hill who were allegedly involved.
Mr. President, the answer to Roman numeral 1 is yes. The answer to Roman numeral number 2 is ongoing. And
the brevity of the response prompted a follow-up by Senator Rajman, seeking transparency for the victim's family and the Tobago public, to which the minister reiterated that the investigation was ongoing and that there were no findings yet. Kevon Lewis continues his recovery as the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force and the police maintain their parallel inquiries. For now, the question of accountability remains unanswered. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Glamorgan Community Centre was transformed into a vibrant hub of rhythm and heritage this past weekend. The Roxborough Police Youth Club hosted its highly anticipated Explosion of Culture showcase, proving that the spirit of community and creativity is thriving among the youth of Roxborough. The Explosion of Culture featured a diverse lineup, including the Junior Stella Sparks and the Caribbean Princesses. From the rhythmic thumping and the Junior Groove collection to the melodic strains of the RPYC Stars Orchestra, the event highlighted the club's commitment to preserving local traditions while fostering new talent.
The Roxborough Police Youth Club have been, over the past years, providing a plethora of services to the community of Roxborough and environ. Part of what we do is to be involved in cultural initiative. And we are indeed heartened of having a youth steel orchestra, a youth steel speech band, a dance company of several ages, and you will see them all performing tonight.
As the final notes of the Roxborough Gems faded, the message of the night remains clear. Through culture and unity, the RPYC continues to be a cornerstone of development for the youths of Tobago. The news will continue in a moment, but why wait? You can follow every story, every update all the time. Join the conversation and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Don't miss a beat. We'll be right back.
Okay. 335, 336, 337, 338, 338.
Counting on your fingers again. No wonder you lose your business.
Grandpa, thanks for helping me start over.
You not lucky in business, you know. As a child, you tried to sell hog plum. That failed. As a teenager, you and your boyfriend tried to break into the jewelry business. But hey, where that boy end up?
He live in Aruka in the Grove. The golden one.
Oh, child, if you want to get into business, you have to have your financial records intact. But hey, do you know your numbers?
Of course, 624. 3-3.
No, child, your numbers, your ratios, your equity ratios. You have a financial handicap.
What?
You need to see somebody about that. Anderson.
Who?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago, they offer tax and accounting services. They know about financial management.
Grandpa, I started this business with nothing.
And nothing is what you will end up with unless you call Anderson Services. Here.
Okay, this card is nice.
Yeah.
What's this?
Your rental fee. Have business will pay rent. Hot and groovy in the soca party.
Baby, when you whine on me. Somebody get the phone, on the telephone. I get wet. I get wet. I get wet. I'm looking all through the party. I hope I find you there.
Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Benin. Coming up, Jamaica, here we come. These women of vision are on a mission. Ride the waves and savor the flavor, otherwise known as spending quality time in Antigua and Barbuda. Fun times, plus the food that sets St. Kitts and Nevis apart, all available under one roof. Cue the entertainment and the food. It's Chinese Spring Festival time. It's all next on this station.
Trinidad, Tobago and abroad, your chance to drive away in a brand new SUV is still on. The BHS Centennial Raffle has been extended to Thursday, 30th April 2026. And that's not all. Prizes include travel for two to Miami and Curacao, Tobago staycation, iPhones, computers, smart TVs, and more. Tickets still only $100. Get yours at selected outlets or at islandetickets.com. Details at bishopstobago100.com/raffle.
Welcome back. Kelsey Toussaint, local sporting advocate, is taking her mission to the global stage. As the sporting landscape continues to evolve, the focus is shifting towards mentorship, female representation, and sustainable administration. Her journey from the field to the boardroom is fueled by a desire to open doors for the next generation. Here are the details.
For many, sport is simply a game of wins and losses. But for those in the trenches of administration, it is a powerful vehicle for social mobility. Kelsey Toussaint, president and coach of Zenith Athletics Club and local administrator in sports, believes her first-hand experience as an athlete is the key to unlocking potential in others, particularly for young women facing barriers in the industry.
Sport has always been about changing lives. I am a first-hand experience of the doors that sports can open and the opportunities that it presents. And so now I want to be able to do that for others. Outside of that, I got into sporting and administration because as a female athlete, I understand the importance of having someone around to advocate for me. Girls in general have harder access to sports and even have problems staying in the sport long term. And so if I could be the catalyst for change within our sporting environment, I would want to stay in this position to be that change that is needed.
Making that change a reality requires more than just passion. It requires a solid foundation. She credits the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee, or TTOC, for providing the intellectual framework and mentorship necessary to lead effectively. According to her, the secret to national sporting success lies in the investment made into the people working behind the scenes.
The TTOC scholarship has been instrumental in my overall development. It has exposed me to education. It has exposed me to mentorship that I would have not had if I was just here And it also validates the importance of investing in the people behind sport, because if we want to see growth, growth doesn't just come out of nowhere. You have to invest in people for that to happen. And so I'm very grateful to the TTOC for allowing me that opportunity to do just that.
Now she is looking toward the international arena. By engaging with the global sporting fraternity, she hopes to return with a blueprint for local reform, ensuring that the lessons learned abroad translate into tangible benefits for the athletes and communities right here at home.
Hopefully here I'm able to see sport on a global level and maybe bring some of those change and introduce it into our environment here. I am also expecting to meet persons like myself and gain from their experiences as well. And at the end of it, I want to be able to come back home and share all that I have learned, not just with my athletes, but even my NTA TT fraternity and all the communities that I serve.
With a focus on global networking and professional development, the mission remains rooted in local impact. By bridging the gap between international standards and homegrown talent, she aims to ensure that the catalyst for change she envisions leads to a more inclusive and professional sporting environment for all stakeholders in the fraternity.
Bethel Sports Culture delivered a commanding performance to secure a 5-2 victory over TJ Sporting Academy in their TFA Youth League clash at Mongrace Recreational Grounds, showcasing clinical finishing and strong attacking play to outscore their opponents in an entertaining high-energy encounter. Here are the details.
At a blistering pace, with Bethel asserting early dominance, player number 6, Joshua George, opened the scoring with a well-taken goal to give his side the lead. Just under 2 minutes later, number 13, Jaime Tony, doubled the advantage, capitalizing on defensive lapses. George then returned to the score sheet, netting his second of the match to push Bethel into a comfortable 3-0 lead. Despite the early setback, TJ Sporting Academy showed resilience and fought their way back into the contest before the halftime whistle. Olatunji pulled one goal back and Mishak Devines added another shortly after, narrowing the deficit to 3-2 at the break. In the closing stages of the match, however, Bethel regained full control. Kyle Job, wearing number 18, extended the lead with a crucial goal before Jaime Tony completed his brace to seal the victory. Their late surge ensured Bethel Sporting Culture finished strong, ending the encounter with a conniving 5-2 win. It was a spirited contest, but Bethel's attacking efficiency ultimately proved too much for TJ Sporting Academy. Reporting for Tobago Updates Television News, I am AMPLIA Balgobin.
Every day we bring you closer to the issues that matters most. The Tobago Council of the PNM is headed into their internal election with the intention to rebuild their party. For our social media poll today, we asked, who do you think will be the next political leader of the Tobago PNM Council? 64% voted Shamfa Kojo Lewis, while 36% voted Kelvon Morris. Remember, your voice counts too. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram and join the conversation by voting in our daily polls. The weather report when we return.
Hi everyone, I'm Marissa Benin. Coming up, Jamaica, here we come. These women of vision are on a mission. Ride the waves and savor the flavor, otherwise known as spending quality time in Antigua and Barbuda. Fun times, plus the food that sets St. Kitts and Nevis apart, all available under one roof. Cue the entertainment and the food. It's Chinese Spring Festival time. It's all next on this station.
Trinidad, Tobago and abroad, your chance to drive away in a brand new SUV is still on. The BHS Centennial Raffle has been extended to Thursday 30th April 2026. And that's not all. Prizes include travel for two to Miami and Curacao, Tobago staycation, iPhones, computers, smart TVs and more. Tickets still only $100. Get yours at selected outlets or at islandetickets.com. Details at bishopstobago100.com/raffle.
Trinidad is my home, and I always say charity begins at home. So I'm just delighted to bring this team of dedicated volunteers. Part of our motto is that we just don't send relief. We hand deliver it with care and compassion. And as I would always tell my team, the best way to find oneself is to lose oneself in the service of others.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Welcome back. Now for a look at the weather update from the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight will be mostly fair and hazy despite a few partly cloudy spells with isolated showers. The minimum temperature is forecast to be around 24 degrees Celsius at Piarco and 25 degrees Celsius at Crown Point. Tomorrow will be generally fair but hazy and breezy conditions with few cloudy periods at times. There's a chance of isolated showers over few areas. A moderate concentration of Sahara dust is present in the atmosphere. Sensitive persons should take necessary precautions. The maximum temperature tomorrow is expected to reach around 31 degrees at Piarco and 30 degrees at Crown Point. Seas will be moderate with waves between 2.0 and 2.5 meters in open waters and near 1.0 meter and occasionally choppy in sheltered areas. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:54 and sunset 6:17. And that's all the time we have for tonight's Tobago Updates News. Have a great night. Let's recap the headline. Cudgel Lewis invites rivals to share her campaign platform. UTP leader THA negligence caused fatal jet ski accident. And crowning the sustainable next generation.